Find Thevenin's equivalent network between terminals A and B for the network shown in figure. Say for example 1. This I call it as a figure 1. We are supposed to find Thevenin equivalent network between terminals A and B for this network. Say the solution is first and foremost to find RTH, which is nothing but you can write Thevenin equivalent resistance. To find Thevenin equivalent resistance RTH, let us make all voltage sources 0. So here I redraw that by making all voltage sources 0. This is A, B, and here you have R2, here R3, and V2 is made 0. Here R4, here R5, and even V3 is made 0. This is 2, this is 2, this is also 2 ohm, this is 2 ohm, and this is, let me consider this some 4 ohm. Now here say you are supposed to find RTH. If you see these two both will be in parallel, series, that is 4 ohm, and here let me make this 4. This is 4. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 in parallel with 4, what is this? 4, which will become 2. And this is in series with this. Once again 4. Parallel with this, the RTH is 2 ohm. RTH is equal to, so let me write from this point, 2 plus 2. I hope you will understand. 2 plus 2 is in parallel with the 4. This. And this combination, this total combination is series with this 2. And this whole combination is in parallel with this 4. Say look at this. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 parallel with 4 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 parallel with 4 is 2. Directly RTH is 2. Now to find VTH, we're supposed to find VTH. Say once you find RTH, to find VTH, so how can you find? Look at this. VTH is the open circuit voltage, means the voltage that you are supposed to find here between these two terminals. And if you see here, you have a 4 ohm. Already I know the voltage here. It is V1. And if I find the voltage across R1, don't I get VTH? Because VTH is, it is sum of these two voltages. One is already V1 and another one is this R1. Okay. Later we'll find how to find the voltage across this R1. So VTH is, say for example, VTH is equal to, it is V1. See, if I write here, see if I consider this current, if it is flowing like this, the current always flows from higher potential to lower potential. Say if I consider this at higher potential and this as lower potential, this is plus minus, this is minus plus. In that case, this will be V1 minus, say VR1. Directly VTH is equal to V1 minus VR1. As per the whatever we have considered the direction, because this is plus 2 minus, this is minus 2 plus. V1 minus VR1 is your VTH. But only thing is, you are supposed to find VR1 here. So to find VR1, say there are so many things. Like say you can use a node analysis or you can use a mesh analysis. So using that, you can find a, say VR1. Even say for example, if you consider, say look at this. If you consider this total node, it is a reference node. One node you can consider. And here there is one more node, say for example N1. This is N2. This is say N3. Otherwise, even you can consider only two nodes, N1 and N2. You may neglect this node. If I write this node, this is N1. I consider voltage at this point is V1. Voltage at this point is V2. Using node analysis, I'll consider this current as say, this is already V1. No, I'll consider here, say VA. This has VA, this is some VB. Better is that. Okay. Using nodal analysis, this current I1 and here this current I2 and this current I3. Three currents are there. If you see to here, and even you should write one more current, say here say I1, I2, this is I3 and this is I4. This is say for example I5. Everywhere I considered a branch currents. First, this one is I1. Using nodal analysis, applying KCL at N1. If you apply KCL at N1, say how many currents are incoming? I1 and I2. Only two currents are incoming. I1 plus I2 is equal to 0. And what is I1? So if you see this I1, say the current flowing here, say the voltage at this point is VA. And if you consider the voltage here is, it is at zero potential. And say whether you connect this resistance here or here, it doesn't make any difference. It is VA minus of, say this is, the current is flowing in this direction means this should be at higher potential. I'll little bit redraw this for your simplicity. This is plus and minus 5 volts and this resistance is CR1. I can even redraw this. It doesn't make any difference whether resistance is first or voltage source is first, as long as I maintain a voltage between these 2 points. So if I see this here, this is VA. I am calculating VA. Look at this. The current is flowing in this direction. The voltage at this point between these 2 points, it is 5. This 5, because current is flowing in this direction, 5 minus of VA. I1 is 5 minus of VA divided by the resistance is R1, which is 4, and plus of I2. If you consider the current is flowing in this direction, here VB minus VA divided by 2. VB minus VA divided by 2 equals 0. And this can be equal to 5 minus VA plus 2 VB minus 2 VA is equal to 0. Just taking LCM. And this is minus 3 VA plus 2 VB is equal to minus 5. For this as equation number 1. Now applying KCL at a node 2 or say you can write it as node B, whatever. Say this is node A or node N2. If you apply KCL here, look at this. I2 is outgoing, I3 is incoming, I4 is incoming. This is only one current, I4 only. This node, look at this. I3 is incoming, I4 is incoming, minus I2 is outgoing. So this is only one branch. Dear students, this is only one branch. Because of this, you need not have to consider any current here. This is only one current. I3 incoming, I4 incoming, only I2 is outgoing, is equal to 0. Now what is I3? I3 is this current here. So because I have considered this at higher potential, this is 2 minus VB divided by resistance is 4, plus of I4 is what? Where is I4? This. So look at, dear students, the voltage between these 2 points is 5 and voltage here is VB. I'll write it as 5 minus VB divided by resistance is 2 plus 2. It's 4. And minus of I2 is this. It is VB minus VA divided by 2 is equal to 0. Now say this is 2 minus VB plus 5 minus VB minus 2 VB plus 2 VA is equal to 0. Just taking LCM. And 2 VA, how many VBs? This is minus 4 VB or minus 4 VB is equal to minus 7. Call this as equation 2. Now we have 2 equations and 2 unknowns. We can easily find here one equation and here one equation. I'll find directly VA. This node voltage I'll find. Because of that, I'll reduce VB. What I do, I'll multiply equation 1 by 2. In that case, say this implies equation 1, if we multiply by 2, it's minus 6 VA plus 4 VB is equal to minus 10. And this is directly I'll write 2 VA minus 4 VB is equal to minus 5. Now this will get cancelled. This is minus 4 VA is equal to minus 17. And VA is equal to 17 by 4 and it is 4.25 volts VA. Even one more thing I was writing, dear students, VTH is V1 minus VR1. So that's what VTH is, VA itself. V1 is 5 volts, so something, the voltage drop across this will be deducted from that, so which is less than 5 volts. Here you can see VA is 4.25 as VTH is equal to VA. Therefore, VTH is equal to 4.25 volts. Now this network, you can redraw something like this. Here you have RTH and here you have VTH. This is A, this is B. This RTH is equal to, it is 2 ohm and this is VTH is equal to 4.25 ohm. Hope this is clear to all of you. I'll do one thing, I'll solve one more problem. Find the current in the 10 ohm resistor in the network shown in figure below by using Thevenin's theorem. So this is 10 ohm resistor. You are supposed to find a current through 10 ohm resistor and he has not given any positive and negative sign here, just 180 volts. Find current in 10 ohm resistor means here the whether the current will flow in this direction or in this direction doesn't matter. Okay, so you can consider this positive, this negative, or this positive, this negative. doesn't matter. Okay, so direction doesn't matter. Only thing is you are supposed to find what is the current flowing through this, and that too using Thevenin's theorem to find a Thevenin equivalent voltage. Look at this. It's a very important thing is now we are supposed to reduce the total network considering this as a load. Between this network, everything we should find a means across this we should find VTH and RTH. How much is RTH and how much is VTH? Removing, say this is a load now, means this is something like a B. You are supposed to find VTH across this and RTH also across this. And this network, see, look at this. Say this network you can easily reduce. If you see here 13 and 17 both are in series and this equivalent will be 30. Look at this 30, 30 and this 30. Here you can, it will form a delta network. And here, say this is 12, 12 and this is 8 plus 4. This is a delta network. Say like this, you should go on reduce this. Say here delta network is there, here delta network is there. You are supposed to convert both the delta network to equivalent T network. Say now, say let me start it. So I am going to open this. Say already it is 1 volt, 180 volts, but open the branch where the current has to be found. Here this I'll open. I'll start. Open the branch because I should find a open circuit voltage, right? Open the branch where current has to be found. So by opening this, I'll redraw it. Here, let me consider 180. This is 180 volts. As I told, here I have removed AB 12 ohm. This is 4 ohm. This is 8 ohm. This is 34 ohm. This is 30 ohm. This is 30 ohm. This is 17 ohm. This is 13 ohm. So now I have redrawn this circuit by opening the branch where we are supposed to find the current. Means across this we will reduce this network. That's the meaning. Now to reduce the network, so as I told, this 8 and 4 both are in series. It will become 12. 12, 12, 12. It will form a delta network. Here 30, 30 and this 30. It will form a delta network. Okay. So I'll write here converting delta networks formed by 12 ohm and 30 ohm resistors to equivalent star networks as shown in figure. See, if I consider this 1.1, this I consider it as a figure 1.2. Figure 1.2. So how do I convert? Say I'll show you here. See, considering this one here and another here and third one here. And here also considering this 30, one is here, second one is here, and third one is here. This one, and this one. Okay, let me consider this as R1, R2, R3, and here this as R4, R5, and R6. Look at this. As all these resistors forming a delta network are equivalent, so I'll directly write in one sentence. As all the resistors formed delta network are of equal values, Y network Ry is equal to, say, if all are equal, then in a delta network, if all are equal, then say resistance of a Y network will be equal, and that will be equal to R delta by 3. Therefore, R1 will be equal to R2 will be equal to R3 will be equal to 12 by 3 is equal to 4 ohm. And similarly, your R4 is equal to R5 is equal to R6 is equal to, it is 30 by 3 is equal to 10 ohm. Here I'll write the equivalent network after the conversion is shown in figure, say for example 1.3. Say here I'll draw it. Look at, dear students, this 180 I'll keep as it is, and now here if you see this and this all resistances will be removed, and here you have R1. Okay, so directly here R1 is connected. Here they see there is R1 which is 4 ohm, and two resistances are there. One is R2 here and another one is R3 here, 4 ohms each. And this is also removed. Here you have 34 ohm, and if you see, this is point A and here you have point B. Okay, here this is removed, this is removed, and this is removed. And here you will get R4 and R6. One is like this and another one is like this. One is R4 and another one is R6, and R5 you have like this, and this is connected here. This is R5. Now it is very simple, dear students. 1, 2, 3, these three resistors are in series. So I can replace this is equivalent to, say 1, 2, 3 are in series. 30 plus 4, 34 plus 4 is 38, and this is a 10, this is a 10, this is a 10 ohm. All are these 10 ohms. Okay, 38 plus 10 is 48. You have 48 ohm here, and here you have one resistance. Look at this. I have taken this branch. Now here you have one resistance, and this is point A, and here you have another resistance. This is point B. So we'll see what are those values. And this resistance is, it is 4 ohm, and this resistance is 10 ohm. And this side you have one resistance, and this side you have another resistance. So this side you have 4 ohm, and this side 10 ohm. This is 10 ohm, this is 180 volts. Now nothing is there, you can directly calculate VTH. If you see, dear students, the current which we are supposed to find, current I, if you consider this as a current I, we can find that directly, because look at this. This is 1 kVA. You can apply just a KVL or say just Ohm's law. From figure, say this is figure 1.3 and this is figure 1.4. Now say, if you see here, from this, using this above, because here it is open, anyhow this open, here you can find directly I, current I. From figure 1.4, I is equal to, so you can find I, which is 180 divided by, look at this. When you traverse this, 4 ohm plus 48, 52 plus of this 10, 62. Okay, say I'll write here 4 plus 48 plus 10. I is equal to 2.9032 ampere. This is I. Okay, but say, dear students, we are supposed to find VTH. So what is the necessity to find I? Because once I find I, I'll find the voltage across this 48 ohm resistor. And voltage across this 48 ohm resistor is nothing but your VTH. So now here I write, now voltage across AB is given by, VAB, and that VAB is equal to voltage across 48 ohm, V48 ohm. And this is equal to, say this is 48 into I, because I is the current through that. And this is equal to, here I have I into 48. How much we get? 139.35. This is 139.3548 volts is your VAB. And say you can write VTH is equal to VAB is equal to this much. And to find RTH, so if at all you want to find RTH, here itself you can find. So I'll show you that also, because you are supposed to find IL, no, current through 10 ohm resistor. So now RTH, to find RTH, I'll consider this network only. Here I'll write, to find RTH, let us use the network shown in figure 1.4. Okay, so if we refer figure 1.4, to find RTH, we are supposed to make all the sources 0. Here voltage source is there. This voltage source should be made 0 by short circuiting. Okay, so I'll redraw this. You have 48 ohm, and here one resistance, and here another resistance, here one more resistance, here one resistance, and voltage source will be made 0. It's a 10 ohm, it is 10 ohm, it is 4 ohm, it is 4 ohm. Now RTH is equal to, if you see RTH is a resistance between these two. Looking at this, you should find RTH. 48 ohm. If you see here, this 48 ohm is in parallel with 10 ohm plus 4 ohm. You can see these two. It is in parallel with this 10 ohm plus 4 ohm. I think you can see, dear students, these 2 points. This 48 ohm is in parallel with this 4 plus this 10. Okay, so 48 ohm is in parallel with. Now here, if you see, okay, between this, now this is one only. This 10 ohm and 4 ohm, 14 ohm, which is in parallel with 4 ohm, everything will be replaced by only one combination, this combination, and that combination is in series with these two, plus of 4 ohm, plus of 10 ohm. So this, look at this, between these 2 points, what you get, 4 ohm here and 10 ohm here. Now, if I replace 48 ohm and this parallel combination 14 ohm by only one resistance, that resistance will be, say for example, for your simplicity, I'll draw this. Okay, say 48 ohm is something like this, and parallel with this, you will get 4 ohm and 10 ohm. 4 ohm and 10 ohm. This is 4 and this is 10. So in series with this, if you see here, you have 4 ohm and here you have 10 ohm. This is 4 and this is 10. Now these two can be replaced by only one resistance, and later between these 2 points A and B, you will be having one resistance, two resistance and three resistance. This is one resistance, 2 and 3. And if I calculate this, 24.8387 ohm. Once you find RTH and VTH, you can write now equivalent can be constructed as shown in figure, say 1.6. I'll write this is 1.5, say for example. Say figure 1.6. One thing is you have RTH and you will get VTH. Say for example, I'll represent like this, plus and minus VTH. This is RTH, and here you will get RL, and current through this is IL. So now say directly you can write IL is equal to VTH divided by RTH plus RL, and this is equal to 139.3548 divided by, so this is 24.8387 plus of RL is how much? Plus of 10. And if you calculate this is 24 plus of 10 is this much, 139.3548 divided by answer is 3.9999999, nothing but 4 ampere. IL is 4 ampere. Hope this is clear to all of you. Thank you. Thank you for watching.